Hi people, my name is Argandios and today we are going to talk about Shadow Priest, the DPS spec of priests. So let's begin with the baseline spells. We will have Mind Vision, Mind Soothe, Resurrection, Power Word Fortitude, Levitate, Fade, Flash Heal, Psychic Scream, Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain, Mind Blast, Power Word Shield, Mind Flay, Shadow Word Death, and Shadow Fiend. These are our baseline spells. Two of them, Shadow Word Death and Shadow Fiend, come from our talent trees once we have picked them, okay, from the class tree. Now I'm going to begin by make a selection of talents in the class tree, so you can see kind of with what is the minimum we need, and then I will move to the shadow spec tree. So Death of Madness, Throes of Pain, and these are the only ones with some kind of DPS attached to them. From here we have 6 points to do whatever we want and to pick whatever we want until we have to go into the next row, okay, or into the next portion of rows, okay. So I'm going to pick Shadowmant, Body and Soul, and Angelic Feather because I want to pick Mass Dispel. And then I still need 3 more points, so I'm going to pick Mind Control first. No, Dispel Magic, very important, Leap of Faith because why not, and for example Masochism, okay. Now here we need Power Infusion, Twins of the Sun Priestess because it's going to be mandatory for Shadow Priest pitifully, and Twist of Fate. And here I'm going to not pick this, but we're going to pick with Tendrils. So Vampiric Embrace, Power Infusion, let's go. Here I will go for Void Shield for example, and Improve Mind Blast. And with this we have already picked all the talents which are for DPS, okay. These are the mandatory talents for Shadow Priest, kind of, okay. You can pick different selections here, but these are the DPS talents, okay. From here is kind of, and here you can choose any of these other two, or Mind Control, or whatever. And we have 4 points still before we can pick any talent down here. So I can pick, for example, Leap of Faith, Holy Nova, and Spell Warding because I want Spell Warding. And here, as if I'm going to do some PvP, pues okay, why not something that protects me against crits, for example. Now here we have Divine Star and Halo, and here we have Mind Games, Manipulation, and Shattered Perception, and that's all we have about DPS. If you want to really squeeze, we can go for Crystalline Reflection, okay. We put our shields, and whatever the mob does now damage, the spell will reflect, the shield will reflect a part of the damage, and we will increase our damage, okay. But we can go for Void Shift, for Angel Booktuar, not here right now, but that's all, okay. So it's kind of this is kind of a build I could do, for example, okay. Look that I haven't picked Mass Dispel, so I'm going to pick Mass Dispel instead of this. I can go this and go there. I would not do this. Oh, no, I got, well, whatever, okay. You see what is the deal right now. This is it. So let's go with the spec tree. We begin by the boring play, nothing new. Silence, we already knew this one. Shadowy Apparitions, nothing new here. Mindseer, feels different. Until now, Mindseer generate Insanity. Now it will cost Insanity, but it will do a lot more damage. And I hope it will keep doing a lot of damage, because if not, it's going to be kind of sad, okay? But let's pick it. Dispersion, here we have a problem again, okay? Because we can pick this node and then keep going down and winning DPS and this node, and we don't have to pick dispersion, which means we will have to choose between pick dispersion and lose DPS, which is not the optimal thing to do. Okay, I have no problem with this other node, because one is Psychic Horror, which is kind of OP, and the other one is an improvement towards Silence, which is kind of okay. So I'm not gelling a lot, but okay. Dispersion has a change. It heals us again for a 25% of our life, okay, which is something it had during Mist of Pandaria and lost later on. We have a node here, one of the best nodes, Auspicious Spirits, we know, and Tormented Spirits. Shadow World Pain damage has a chance to generate an Auspicious Spirit, and critical hits of our Shadow World Pain will have an increased chance. This is one of the best nodes I have seen until now in talents, okay? Because probably beginning in the expansion we will prefer Auspicious Spirit, but as we get more haste and we generate more insanity, we will not need Auspicious Spirits so much, and we might want or prefer Tormented Spirits. It goes very well also with some of the idols, with the idol of Yogg-Saron, okay, which conjures a mob that helps us with 50 shadowy apparitions. Okay, so this is a very good node. Misery, it has a little change, because now the power pain that it puts is 5 seconds longer than the usual, which means we will not have to reapply power I will say Shadow World Pain again before Vampiric Touch is out. We can simply launch Vampiric Touch again. And a return from BFA is Dark Void. Unleashes an explosion of dark energy and puts Shadow World Pain in all our enemies, okay, in a lot of enemies. Right now is capped in 8 targets. I believe the damage should be capped to 8 targets, but it should apply power Shadow World Pain to all the mobs, okay? So kind of that. Let's pick here this. No, let's pick this. Here I'm going to pick this, for example. Psychic Horror or Last Word, we have to choose. I will choose this. I'm going to pick Dispersion also. I'm going to test a few things, okay? Don't worry. Let's keep going down. We have Intangibility, Dispersion helps for more life, and reduce his cooldown by 30 seconds. And Mental Fortitude. The Healing from Vampiric Touch and Devouring Plague, they have added Devouring Plague, when we are at maximum health, will create a shield that will shield us and remove some damage, okay? Okay, a bit of utility, no problem. Vampiric Insight, Vampiric Touch period damage has a chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Mind Blast and cause your next Mind Blast to be instant. It also generates an additional chart of Mind Blast. Okay. Mind Spike. Ouch, 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 ouch. I don't remember this spell very fondly. Luckily, later on will be some talents that will kind of amend this spell. But sincerely, I don't remember fondly the period in which we used it. We were kind of arcane mage, but worse. Okay. Basically, it blasts the target for an amount of shadow force damage. If they interrupt it, we are capped in shadow anyway, so it doesn't matter. Removes all or damage over time effects, and increases the critical strike chance of our net blast by 30%. It stacks up to 3 times and generates 6 insanity. The removal of the dots is very counterintuitive. I never like it. I don't like it now again, but let's pick it because okay. Uh, Hallucinations or utility spells will generate insanity, and Tithe Evasion, Shadow Word Death, deals 75% less damage to the caster. In the first times of the expansion we will prefer Hallucinations, later on we will probably move towards Tithe Expansion, especially because there are several talents which can kind of kill us if we don't, okay? So take that in mind. At the first we will probably pick this. Now we have 3 talents here that we don't know what they do. Shadow Wars, this was an ability we had back in World Growth of the Lich King, which for each Mind Blast we generated an orb. When we had 3 orbs we could use the Boring Plague. Okay? Right now we have no idea what they are going to do. Same with Puppet Master, and exactly the same for Harness's Shadows. We have no idea of what they want to do. So let's keep going. Damnation, it does exactly the same it does now. Mind Meld. Mind Spike reduces the cast time of your next Mind Blast by 50%, or yes, by 50%, and it stacks up to 2 times. So another Mind Blast free. Okay. Surge of Darkness. Your Vampiric Touch and Devouring Plague damage dots have a chance to cast your next Mind Spike to not consume your damage over time effects, be instant, and deal 50% additional damage. Stacks up to 3 times. This is good because it removes the bad times with Mind Spike. It doesn't mind, I really love it, but it's a playstyle that can do some good things. Okay, so I'm more open to not pitch a lot about Mind Spike. Mental Decay. The duration of your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch is increased by 1 second when enemies suffer Mind Fly or Mind Sear damage. This is very counterintuitive. We have here a spell that removes dots, and then it links with ability that increase our dot duration. It's kind of what is this? But okay, as you see, we can increase a lot the critical strike chance of Mind Blast, which makes a good thing with Apathy. Okay, that it synergizes with Apathy, which reduces the movement speed by 75% for 4 seconds. In PvP, it can be a good combo. Okay, take that into account. And finally, we have Dark Evangelism. This is a returning ability. Your Mind Fly and Mind Sear damage increases the damage of your periodic shadow effects by 1%, stacking up to 5 times, so extra 5%. I'm not a lover of this one, but I will tell you why a bit later, because it's a continue. Okay, this needs to ramp up, basically, and there are a lot of ramp ups which I don't like. So let's keep going. Unfurling Darkness, a talent we have right now, we know what it does, I'm not going to explain. Dark Ascension, another return, okay? Consumes Dark Evangelism to increase the damage of your non-periodic shadow spells by 4% per stack consumed. So if we have 2 stacks, it will be extra 8%. If we consume all the 5 stacks, it will be a 20% extra damage. We have this for a lot of time. If you have seen images of a Shadow Priest with some kind of wings, okay, this is the spell that created those wings. So it was a very cool looking, but needed a lot of ramp up before we could use this damage 3D, okay, which is the part we didn't like at that time about this, because okay, yes, we have a damage cooldown, but we need to ramp up that damage cooldown, so we cannot use it whenever we want. We have to wait until it is charged, and it can give some degenerate playstyles, okay, in order to not use our damage 3 when we really need it, but wait until it's fully charged in order to use it, and okay, several bad things, okay. Void Torrent, it does the same thing that it does now, not very interesting in that regard, even if it's not a bad spell. It does a lot of damage and generates a lot of insanity. Shadow Crash. This one has been changed. It now also applies Vampiric Touch to up to 4 targets, which are hit by them. If we have... Oh, damn. Yes, reconnect. Fast, fast, fast. Sorry. Things of the... I don't think I will edit this, so... Let's hope it does not happen again. Come on, come on, come on. Well, it's taking its time. Man, I have problems with loading screens. Okay, let's keep going. It synergizes with Misery, so it also applies, at least right now, we will see in the future, it applies Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain if we have Vampiric Touch selected. Okay, Psychic Links, the same, but it also works with Mind Spike, not only with Mind Blast. Malediction, this is a talent we know. Maddening Touch, oh shit. Oh crappy. Damn. Well, the thing I wanted to show you, I will not show you. I will simply go with whatever. No, I didn't have these ones. I have this here. They don't matter. I didn't want to pick this. Here, okay. Seek a Link. It works also with Mind Spike, Malediction, the same it does now. Okay, Piercing Shadows. Your shadow spellcast increase your shadow damage by 0.5% for 25 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times. So, as you see, more ramp up. We will not begin doing a lot of damage as we should. No, we will have to ramp up our damage, which is something I'm not very fond of. Okay, must say. Whisper of the Damned. Your Mind Blast and Mind Spike critical strikes generate an additional 3 insanity. Okay, as we have here a talent that gives us almost for sure Mind Blast critical. It's okay. We will have more insanity. Maddening Touch. Vampiric Touch has a 50% chance, 100% chance in the second point to generate 1 insanity each time it deals damage, which means it's a lot of insanity with time. Okay, so we can keep using Mind Seer in several objective encounters easier. Void Eruption. Void Eruption has go to be a part of a core part of a rotation to a, if we want it, we can pick it. Okay, personally, some people have said about removing it totally. I'm against that. Why? Because right now we don't have a reliable general damage cooldown. Okay, Dark Evangelism or Dark Ascension is not, because we have to ramp up before we can use it, and Power Infusion is not a good option either, because well, we will have probably to use it with who knows who in our raid or in our group or whatever. Okay, so it's not precisely what I could say a good option. Okay, it's not something I'm very fond of, so to speak. Okay, but okay, we must keep it. basically. Let's go down. Ancient Madness, it does exactly the same, but with 2 points instead of only 1 point. And here we have Hungering Void, which does the same, and Surrender to Madness, which also does the same. This is a good talent in Mythic Plus and a very fun talent in PvP, because either melees will be hunting you for a lot of time while you kill them, or you will die without them killing you, which means they will not get honor. It's very easy, or less that way it worked last time I checked. Maybe it gives honor now if you kill yourself. Okay, let's keep going. Derangement. Increase the initial damage of the boring play by 75% and main sear this damage 20% faster. Very interesting talent. Pain of Death. Increases the damage dealt by Shadow Word Death by 25%. Shadow Word Death deals 20% of its damage to all targets affected by your Shadow Word Pain within 40 yards. If all this damage converges and you make yourself the damage, you are dead. I have not tried. So I don't know if it does, but it can, okay? But if it does, then we will need to pick Teeth Evasion for sure. And Mindfly Insanity. This is another return. We had this spell a lot of time ago. Casting the body play transforms your Mindfly spell into Mindfly Insanity for 5 seconds. Mindfly Insanity deals 80% more damage than Mindflay. So, boosting damage. Okay, I think to remember we had this one. This was a tier set bonus in Wrath of the Lich King, if I'm not remembering wrong, which I made. This node, Mindbender, or Idol of Ishar. The Idol of Ishar is the one which gave some special properties to our Mindbender. In this case, it will be our Shadow Fiend, because we will not have Mindbender while it's out. Okay, like more damage if the target is over 20% life, or if it's feared, then our damage will not break the fear. If it's enraged, we will remove the enrage. Things like that. Okay. Also, Fiend in Dark. Your Mindflay and Mind Spike, the critical strikes reduce the cooldown of Shadow Fiend and Mindbender by whatever seconds. 2 charges, so 3, 6, 1, 2. Okay. And Shadow Flame Priest. We all know what this does, so I'm not going to talk very much more about it. Monomania. This was in the previous iteration, but up in the tree. While channeling Mindfly or Mindsear, the tick rate of your Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain on your current target is increased by 20% and their crit chance is increased by 3%. 2-point talent is nice, especially for a single target, very good. But if it affects also Mindsear, it's going to be good, or at least decent, in multi-target also. But not so much, because we will use probably Mindsear less than Mindfly. But I may be wrong. So, Painbreak Psalm. Shadow Word Death consumes 4 seconds of Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch, instantly dealing that damage to the target and generating up to 10 Insanity. Again, we will need this, probably. Okay? Mastermind. Increase the critical strike chance of Mind Spike and Mind Blast by 3% and increase the critical strike damage bonus by 15%. So we will have here a 6% plus 90% plus whatever crit we will have a 100% chance of get a critical strike with Mind Blast, which with this talent is not bad at all. Insidious Air. While you have Shadow Word Pain, Devouring Plague, or 3 dots, okay, Mind Blast will deal 20% more damage. If it works with Psychic Link, this might mean a lot of damage. Mind Devourer. Mind Blast have an 8% chance to make your next Devouring Plague cause no Insanity. This is something we already have as a talent, so it's okay. Idol of Nithot. Damaged by Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch and Devouring Plague has a 20% chance to apply Echoing Void. Each time it's applied, it has a chance to decay and do a lot of AoE damage. Lunacy. New talent. reduce the insanity cost of the boring play by 10, and reduce the insanity drained when Mindsear deals damage by 5, which means we will be able to launch a lot more of the boring plagues and of Mindsears, which is a lot of damage. So it's a good node, okay? We'll talk about this a bit more later. Idol of Kitun. Mindflay and Mindsear have a chance to spam a Void Tendril or Void Lasher that channels whatever and generates insanity and does damage. And finally, Idol of Jogg-Saron. After conjuring 50 shadowy apparitions, just summon a thing of Beyond that serves you for 26. The thing from Beyond does damage. Okay, in our way, as far as I know. This has a good synergy with Tormented Spirits. Okay, so what we do have here. Okay, both Idol of Jogg-Saron and Idol of Nithoth have the problem that they depend of a twice chance, okay, or a double chance, because you need the chance to generate a charge or an apparition, and then the chance that when they explode or they go away, there is still a mob or several mobs they can affect, which is not very usual, so to speak. Okay, so let's say that can be a problem. Okay, I'm not saying it's a problem, but that can be a problem. So now let's apply the changes. I'm changing talents, and here we are. And do you see something in my bars? Do you see my bars very full of things? So yes, right now, well, I can remove this, but right now we have kind of an overbloating of spells, okay, which might be a problem, because right now I have little space to put my trinkets or my potions or whatever. There are a lot of spells. Even not picking these ones, as I might want to launch them, there is a lot of spells which will make the rotation kind of messy in a way. Okay, because we will have to remember a lot of positions and a lot of places in order to be able to choose. And I think I have not even picked all the things. For example, Mass Dispel, I think it's not here. Okay, Dispel Magic is not here. Well, Dura of Shadows shouldn't be there. Mind Control, Shadowment. I have 2 mind games. Haha, that's fun. Scythian, well, Scythian is a PvP talent. Okay, I cannot show you the PvP talents because the game crashes. But so as you can see, we have a certain problem of well, we need to remove some things. So probably it would be a good idea to make a node with Void Eruption or Dark Ascension if you want to keep them. Right now both are kind of the same, and they have the same cooldown, so we could use it to make even more damage, okay, at the same time, which is not something we want, probably, because it means that out of the periods in which we are using both Dark Ascension and Void Eruption, we will do not damage at all, because I know how this works. Okay, we cannot be so OP. So I say that either we remove one of them. I would prefer to remove Dark Ascension because, as I say, we need a reliable damage cooldown, or put them in a node, and maybe okay, if this works in a different way with Dark Ascension than it does with Void Eruption and something like that, but one of them should go. Mind Spike, almost the same. I know there are a lot of people who likes it, and as I say, these talents here can make amends for what Mind Spike is, but I'm not fond of it personally. Okay, do whatever you want, but right now I say we don't need it, and it's hard to remove more things right now. Okay, but I suppose it might be done in one way or another. And that's all for now. You have now seen the trees, more or less my thoughts about them. You have even seen how I crashed. So I hope you have find this interesting. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.